Okay, you know what this is? Oh, you know what this is. This is super juice. Also known as doom juice. When a lot of doom is happening and you need something to drink, a lot going on, get you some doom juice. AKA, the real name is super juice. Usually I tell people to get your favorite kind of Kool-Aid, but I've tasted all of them. I think most people will agree, maybe, that the blue packet, which I think is tropical fruit punch or something like that, or tropical punch, is the best flavored. I saw one that just said blueberry yesterday. I said, let me try it. That's what this is. Gotta say, it's not happening. It's not. It's okay, but it ain't tropical fruit punch. You get a standard 2 quarts pitcher, fill it halfway up with water and 2 packages of that Kool-Aid. Put 1 full cup of sugar in it. If you need a little less, fine, but maybe 3/4. Don't go too low. You're gonna mess with the flavor. The other half that's left, that's empty space, you're gonna fill ginger ale the rest of the way. And I usually use Canada Dry, not diet stuff, regular Canada Dry ginger ale. You can try other brands, Schweppes or whatever. It's up to you, but I usually use Canada Dry. It's fantastic. Your kids will love it. If you have a little party, people coming over, make some and give them a little surprise. They're like, ooh, what is this? This is fantastic. It'll just punch their mouth loose just instantly. It's fantastic. So, purpose of this video is not super juice. Gold may top $6,000, silver $600, asset manager says. This is on CNBC, of all freaking propaganda places, running this article. Imagine that. Gold prices may reach $6,200 per ounce in a bull run, which will end all major bull markets. Urs Moyer, asset manager at Dolphin, a Swiss investment advice firm, told CNBC. His prediction is based on analysis of the last major gold boom of the 1970s, during which the gold prices rose from $35 an ounce to $8.50 per ounce. He said that in the current bull run, prices will be pushed upwards by a protracted period of global economic difficulty, potentially lasting years, during which investors would continue to search for a so-called safe haven. And of course, as we know, gold and silver are that safe haven. Thousands of years of history pretty much guarantees that. Argue all you want. History is the future. You can't deny that. Gold prices have risen over the last few years as the macroeconomic picture has become worse. The deterioration of the fundamental situation has now gone even further. Purchases by investors of gold will be based on fears of systemic risk or banking crashes. That's when I say to Bozo Beast, there are fundamentals driving the price of gold and silver, specifically silver too, because that's what I tend to stick with, is silver. Doesn't matter, you can just say precious metals and that's fine because it's the same thing. When QE3 starts, it's going to go get shot down, the prices. But yet QE1, prices went way up. QE2, they went up even further. And QE3 all of a sudden means gold and silver is going down. Okay, Bozo Beast. Not only that, what is the fundamentals? Deteriorating financial situation, economic situation across the globe. It's not going away, it's getting worse. Banking crashes, as they're talking about, not going away, getting worse. Countries going belly up in the EU, not going away, getting worse. That's what I call fundamentals. You can't argue with that. I mean, you can't. So, he said that as no safe currencies remain, cautious investors have no choice but to opt for precious metals. Duh. The ultimate currency, which has stood the test of time, which has no political support behind it, is gold. Nobody can print gold out of a machine or a PC. And the Swiss National Bank, 2.5 weeks ago, started increasing their money supply, the Swiss franc, right? Therefore, as he says, the quote-unquote safe haven, which was always the Swiss currency, it stands everything fantastically. That's where you put your money when things are tight and scary. Not anymore. They printed the hell out of some money lately. They jumped on the old quantitative easing bandwagon, if you will. So as he's saying, there's no more safe haven. That's what he just said. That is why gold will have a revival, he said. He said the precious metal had entered a super cycle, which he likened to the 1998 to 2000 boom in technology, media, and telecom. He added, this bull trend will end all other major bull markets and signal out debt capital as an asset class for which demand and prices would decline in those asset classes. However, he denied that high and rising gold prices could be indicative of a bubble. He says if anything is saying a particular asset is a bubble, then that reflects the fact that most people have disposed of it. In other words, gold's not money anymore, silver's not money anymore, it's not an asset, it's just a piece of metal. Only to find history punching their mouth loose later on and saying, no, it is metal, and more than that, it's money, real money, and oh my God, is it valuable based on the amount of money printing that's gone on in the world. Holy cow, is it really valuable? So then he goes on to say that he's seeing, potentially 6,200 as a high for gold, and he says there's other calculations that indicate gold prices could peak at 3,500, maybe 4,000 per ounce. This is based on historical data regarding the long-term ratio of gold prices to the global money supply. Keep that in mind. That's pure, science, whatever you want to call it, math, science. It's pure. It doesn't get any better than that. Based on this number over here, which is the price of gold, take that and put it up against the global financial amount of money that's been printing across the world. Whoa, is gold undervalued? Holy cow, even right now, yes, at $1,900. And also that means silver is disgustingly undervalued. It's the longer it stays down, the longer you have to buy more silver. Those of us who have all we wanted for the most part, we're like sitting here, okay, hurry up, go up, go up. You can go up anytime now. I'll be fine with that. But there's a lot of people who are just getting into the game. So for their sake, I don't care if silver doesn't go up quite as fast as maybe I thought or liked. Doesn't matter. Everybody's gonna be happy, real happy in the near future. So he says, the next part of the article, is silver set for a 14-fold increase in price rise? In addition, he said the silver is set for an even greater upward run than gold. Maybe you didn't hear that, because you hear $1,900 gold right now, silver's just kind of staying flat. I'm going to go into gold. I'm going into gold. Go ahead. Silver is going to destroy gold here shortly, as far as performance-wise. Like it did already. I already did a video, multiple videos, telling you it would do that. I also said it would go from 65-to-1 ratio with gold down. It hit 35-to-1 with gold. That's a phenomenal increase in silver. Destroyed performance of gold. I called that perfectly. It went back up to 50-to-1. Now it's hovering around 45-to-1. And I'm here telling you again, it's going back down, and 35-to-1 is going to be nothing. It's going to 20-to-1, 15, 16-to-1, possibly 10-to-1, 1-to-1 according to the webbot for a split second, kind of, maybe one day or something. Boy, would you like to play that one and time that one right if it really went to 1-to-1. And I'm not claiming that. I'm just thinking of what the webbot said. 16-to-1, 15-to-1, 20-to-1, all day long. I'll stand by that. That's where it's going to go eventually, and not that long. We're not talking decades. We're talking maybe a few years at best. So he's saying that currently gold, the ratio is 45-to-1 from silver to gold. 45 ounces of silver can buy you 1 ounce of gold, right? 45-to-1. However, he said declining silver output over the last 60 years as a result of inventory depletion and mine closures meant that silver supplies currently outnumber gold by a ratio of less than 10-to-1, thus indicating a market correction is due. He's saying that the gold to silver ratio, physically speaking, above ground, you could go get it somehow, is less than actually 10-to-1, but we'll call it 10-to-1. If that's the case, then it should be 10-to-1 ratio. 10 ounces of silver should buy you 1 ounce of gold. That's the way that works. So that doesn't seem far off for me to think about the webbot saying 10-to-1, 9-to-1. We saw that for sure. Maybe 6-to-1 and 1-to-1 at one point, or at some point in the future. I'd be very happy at, of course, 15, 16, even 20-to-1 right now. That'd put it, way up. If it's $2,000 an ounce for gold right now, and it was 10-to-1, that's $200. If it was 20-to-1, that would be, I guess, $100, right? So 20, yeah, you're talking $100 an ounce silver right now. So technically, that's really where it should be, but it's not. And as I said, it's going there and beyond, because the beyond part is going to be when gold's $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, whatever. That means silver is $300, $400, $500 an ounce. As I've said, it's going to happen. I can't say for sure when that'll happen, other than the next few years, more than likely, possibly much sooner than that. It all just, as soon as that COMEX fails, and they are forced to show their hand, we never had the gold and silver that we claimed. We had a fraction of it, and most of it was leased from people like Chavez, who didn't know we were leasing it. It's what the central bankers have done for hundreds and hundreds of years before paper money. When they had gold, they took the rich people's gold. We'll store it for you in our vaults, keep it safe. They realized people didn't ever come and get it. They hardly ever moved it. We can lease this gold out to other people, and they give them these little pieces of paper like a check, you know, a little deposit slip, and they go to another bank somewhere else and then pull out gold from there, kind of like a bank, early banking, if you will. And then the bankers realize we can multiply this, because hardly anyone comes and gets all their gold at once. Some of them just leave it here pretty much almost forever because they feel that it's safe here. So that thus fractional reserve lending and all that crap was born. So now that Chavez took his 99 tons of gold out, they're probably scrambling to fill the gap, so to speak. Silver is the next thing. It's the same thing that's going to happen. It's already happening when you look at the inventory or the deposits and withdrawals from the dealer inventory on the COMEX, the numbers every night. Harvey Organ does it almost every night, usually every night, Monday through Friday, where there's nothing no action from the dealer. It's all the customer. So it's looking like the dealer's like just scrambling to lease from the customer constantly to put out some of these fires, so to speak. And it'll only take one event where they can't put out the fire. Oh my God, there's a COMEX is short on real physical gold or silver, whatever one, and it won't matter if it's gold or silver, by the way. Either one will cause the crisis to immediately kick in, precious metals skyrocket. So when I say, oh, we could see these numbers in a few years, if this type of event takes place, where they have to show their hand, oh, we don't have it, oops, we lied and a bomb hit, and sorry, you know, some nonsense, you're not going to get the real truth. We all know that. So that would be good night, silver and gold exploding. So, anyways, let me end this video. I got another video to do real quick, and then I'm calling it a night.